Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're back with another installment of my Rarest drop series where I take your submissions and scour the internet for the luckiest players in the last month or so. Now September and October have been kind of crazy for luck in old school RuneScape. We've had a couple occurrences that I don't think has ever happened before, at least not recorded, as well as a ton of great submissions. Keep in mind that we're on episode 7 or 8 now, and I'm trying to keep things diverse, so if you happen to have an extremely rare drop that I've already featured a couple times, I might not pick it. Doesn't mean it's any less impressive, but to keep these videos fresh, I'm trying to, well, get more diversity. As always, if you want to submit an image or a clip, go hop in my Discord and post it in the video submissions channel. There will be a link in the description for my Discord. Thanks a lot guys, and don't forget to leave the video a like, always helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much, and let's get started. Now, first up here, we have a player by the name of 0xp Rocky, well, who did just that. They managed to get the Rocky pet at 0 thieving experience. Now, I understand this didn't really come down to luck. Actually, this player grinded for it for quite a while. They do have a YouTube video documenting it, which I'll leave a link in the description for. So no, it didn't really have to do with luck, but as it kind of falls into a similar category of a pet drop at a very low experience rate, I thought I would include it. Now, for those who are wondering how this player managed to do it, they managed to achieve this at the Sorcerer's Garden minigame. Now, the Sorcerer's minigame is a bit old now, not many people use it, but it has a few interesting mechanics. The most important one here being that whenever you complete the minigame, you get a squirk juice, and you also get a roll on the thieving pet drop table. However, you don't actually get experience from the squirk juice until you turn them in to an NPC, which essentially means you can grind this out indefinitely with 0 experience until you get the Rocky pet. The only experience type you're actually going to get is farming experience, and it looks like they got all the way up to 58. So no, I don't think this was a quick process, but still probably one of the rarest accounts in the game. Okay, next up here we have a really impressive collection log by a player by the name of Mr. Untainted. Now this player managed to complete Cerberus at a KC of only 283, which is the lowest completion kill count I've ever seen. 283 kills to obtain the Cerberus pet, which is already 1 out of 3,000, an Eternal Crystal, a Pegasian Crystal, and a Primordial, which are all 1 of 512s, the Jar of Souls, which is a 1 out of 2k, and the Smoldering Stone, which is 1 of the 512. All of that in pretty much 2 Cerberus tasks. Definitely the luckiest Cerberus log I've ever seen, and has mine beat by miles. I'm kinda jealous. Now the Wintertot Phoenix pet isn't really considered to be a extremely rare pet in the grand scheme of things. However, what about 2 at once? A hardcore Ironman by the name of MindHCIM managed to do just that. Only 65 Wintertot kills in, they managed to get the Phoenix pet twice in a single crate. Now that is extremely rare. The drop rate of the Phoenix pet is 1 of the 5,000 per roll, and now we don't really know how many rolls this player got, so it is difficult to determine an exact drop rate, but this is actually one of the few occurrences in the game where you can get the exact same pet in a single action or a single tick. There's not many other pets that you can do this for, and not to mention that this is on a hardcore Ironman to top it all off. Everything is always at least 10% more impressive. Anyway, congrats man, that's super lucky. Now, in my last Rarest Drops video, I mentioned how I didn't have too many submissions for Theater of Blood, but over the last month, you guys sure delivered on this one. But coming up next here, we have a player by the name of 2MG, who managed to get the fabled back-to-back Scythe drop, which is really rare, especially when you consider how long it takes to do a run of the Theater of Blood. Generally, maxing out at maybe 2 runs per hour, means that the time it would take to actually hit the drop rate for a back-to-back Scythe is extremely high. Now this player managed to get it on their 2,911th kill count at the Theater of Blood, so it is by far deserved. And not only is this one of the rarest drops in the game, it is also one of the most expensive back-to-back drops you could get, currently being valued at around 1.6 bill, so huge congrats to 2MG. Now, next up here we have a really interesting occurrence, and the situation is kind of important. Well, let's have a look here. First up, we can notice something that's kind of weird. This player managed to get a Chaos Fanatic pet, but they're hunting red chinchompas. You can see that they just set up a trap, and then they somehow got a Chaos Fanatic kill, and on that kill they also got the pet. So what exactly happened here? Well, this player was clearly fighting the Chaos Fanatic, left for whatever reason. Either they ran out of food, got PK'd, or they just needed to leave. So they left the Chaos Fanatic in the wilderness damaged. And now a third party came and killed the Chaos Fanatic while our super lucky player here was hunting red chinchompas. Not only were they credited to kill, they also got the Chaos Fanatic pet. This is so lucky for a couple of different reasons. For one, they didn't even kill the monster, so it's pretty lucky that someone came around and finished it for them. It was lucky that they did the right amount of damage, the health didn't reset, and the fact that they got the pet from it makes this a really unique circumstance and deserving of a pretty high up spot on this list. Next up here we have another Theater of Blood submission. This one actually, on paper, rarer than the back-to-back Scythe drop. Now, a player by the name of Beer Pong managed to get not only the Scythe of Viter, but also the Little Zik pet in the same role. There are definitely some seriously lucky people out there, and this is probably one of the best ways to use up that luck. Not only did you get a really cool pet, but you also managed to get one of the most expensive pieces of gear in the game. So a big congrats to you. Hope you enjoy the pet. What's going on with all this Cerberus luck lately? Where's mine? Look at this collection log, guys. 64 kills under their belt. 3 Cerberus pets. That is ridiculously lucky because, as we know, the Cerberus pet is one of the 3K, which means roughly for someone to hit the drop rate 3 times, they need to kill Cerberus 9,000 times. But this player only did 64 kills. Now, would you prefer maybe some of the actual useful drops? Yeah, sure, probably. Maybe having a Primordial or an Eternal would be a little bit more useful. But regardless, this has to be the most impressive collection log I've seen of somebody who's only been killing Cerberus for a couple hours. Now, one of the more time-consuming bosses to solo is the Nightmare of Ashihama. Now, on top of it being time-consuming and difficult, the drops are really rare, so you don't often see solo players getting drops at the Nightmare of Ashihama. Now, with all of that said, we have a player by the name of Sharpest, who not only managed to hit the drop table, they hit it twice in a single kill. And on top of that, they managed to get the best possible drop as well, being the Harmonized Orb, but they also got the Inquisitor's Great Helm with that, bringing the total value of their drop up to close to 1.7 bill. That is such an amazing achievement, and well deserved because they're at nearly 1.5 thousand kills, so big congratulations to Sharpest. Now, coming in at the number 2 spot is a really unique situation, and one I have not seen before. Now, if it wasn't for the number 1 spot on this list, I would say this player has the best clue luck I've ever seen. Now, this player was doing a Master Clue Scroll, and during the Clue Scroll step, they had to go to Pyramid Plunder. During the Pyramid Plunder clue step, they managed to get the Rocky Pet. So that is really lucky, and I would be ecstatic if that happened. But that is not all. They went ahead to complete the same Master Clue, and they got another pet, the Bloodhound Pet. 2 pets from a single clue is gotta be a record. Obviously, the context here is really important. And I think a unique situation like this, which not only involves the rarest pet in the game, but also a secondary pet in the same clue, makes us deserving of the number 2 spot. Now, coming in at the number 1 spot is the man himself, Jakeyosaurus, who I think managed to actually pull something from a master clue that nobody has ever done before. It's pretty impressive that a well-known content creator was the one to get this drop for the first time, most likely. Now, Jakeyosaurus made an entire video on it, so I will leave a link in the description for that. I would highly recommend going and watching it. It's a really awesome video, and you can see his live reaction. Now, for the first time in recorded history, a player managed to not only get the rarest possible Master Clue reward, being the Third Age Pickaxe, but they also got the Bloodhound Pet in the exact same clue. That is so astronomically rare, it's hard to kind of grapple how lucky Jakeyosaurus is. I mean, they did their fair share of master clues. They are as deserving as anyone, but still that does not take away from how lucky he is to have gotten it. With how slow it is for master clues to be completed, makes it really hard to grind out for something this phenomenal. So they got the rarest pet in the game and 1.4 bill in their pocket. That has got to be the best clue of all time. Anyway guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you have any submissions, pop in my Discord, leave them in the video submissions channel. Always appreciate it. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now before I go here guys, I want to give a massive thank you to BradSings, TzTokBunny, RevolverOcilot, and Kush Patel who have subscribed at my Dragon tier of YouTube membership. It means a lot guys, I really do appreciate it. And also a massive thank you to Heathen OSRS and Doubletalk for subscribing at the Runite tier. Thanks a lot guys. If you're looking for another way to support the channel, becoming a YouTube member is an awesome way to do so. You can become immortalized in my videos, get access to a custom Discord role, as well as get access to my video release schedule. Thanks a lot guys, and I'll see you next time.